All right, all right. Welcome to the perfect invite presentation. This is actually going to be much more simple than you probably currently believe. All right. Um, the perfect invite, just like everything else in this launch process, is an invite that anyone could do. That other people, as they receive this invite from you, they think, wow, it's really simple to invite people to learn about doTERRA. I could do what Matt does, right? But also an invite hopefully will be done in a way that is simple but also effective, right? It actually works. I'm going to take you through the invite process that has worked more effectively for me across more markets, more demographics, all cultures than anything else that I've ever experienced or tried. All right. This is what I call the perfect invite. And it's a simple structure, a simple format. Um, the ideal, if you know a specific need of one of your contacts, that's always going to be the most effective thing. But if you don't, maybe you haven't even talked to this person in 3 months, you don't know what's happening in their life currently, this invite will still be the most effective option, in my opinion. So the first step of this invite is simply to share with people what you're doing, that you're joining this amazing wellness revolution or this amazing wellness movement. Then sharing why you thought of them. Okay, why you thought of them. The more specific you can be, the better. Again, if there's a specific need that they have, be it emotional, physical, mental, financial, then you can touch on that specific reason why you thought of them. Then you ask if they're open to take a deeper look at what it is that you're doing. Give them details for your event and commit them and ask them, will they come? So, what does this look like? This could be as simple if you, let's say you have someone that you want to invite to a product presentation and you're not sure what specific need they have. Then you could say, hey, Aunt Cindy, recently I've discovered some products that are changing the way that my family takes care of our health. And when I thought of the first people that I'd love to share these products with and who would resonate with them, I immediately thought of you. I'm curious, would you be open to learn more? Would you be open to take a look at my new products? If she says no, which is very, very rare, okay, most people, they want to be open. And that's why you have to stick to this script of, are you open to learn? Most people will not say, no, I'm not willing to learn. Okay. So you ask for openness. If they say no, then guess what? You move on. And some people will say no. Just be prepared for rejection. It's part of the process. But many people, the majority of people, I believe, will say, sure, okay, I'm open. And then you give them the details of your event. Fantastic. I'm actually doing my first launch event on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Will you come? And that direct question, will you come, firms up the commitment. Some people, they want to just be wishy-washy. They want to be no pressure. So they say, okay, well, stop by if you'd like to, right? That's not strong. That's not powerful, and it doesn't get great results. So first, you ask for openness. So we're just looking if they're open, but then we firm up their commitment by saying, will you come, after we've given them the details of the event? They might say, oh, that day doesn't work for me. And you can say, well, fantastic, because I have 4 of these scheduled in my first week of doing this business, or I have 4 of them scheduled in this first 2 weeks. So would one of these other dates work for you? Which date would work best for you? Is actually the better question, right? They've already said they're open, they're willing. So the question now is, which of these dates works best for you? See why it's so important that you have all of these events on your calendar, so that in these conversations, you can tell them, hey, I have these other options. Which one works for you? If they live long distance from you, then make one of your launch classes a virtual class on Zoom with your mentor. Okay. And they can invite people to that virtual presentation. So that's the perfect invite. Very, very simple. If you want to invite someone specifically for the business, then you could say something like this. Hey, Marco, my good friend, have to share something with you. Recently, I found a business and an opportunity that I believe is going to transform my financial future. When I thought of people that I could share it with and maybe even partner with, your name popped into my head and I'd love to share it with you. Are you open to take a look? Okay, no commitments necessary, but are you at least willing to take a look at what I'm doing? If they say yes, then you say, great, I'm doing a presentation at this time on the business, or I'm doing a intro to my products on this day. We're also going to talk a little bit about the business because you'll see in the perfect class structure, I always talk a little bit about the business as well. So you could invite them to the business and invite them to your product class, or you can invite them to a specific one-on-one conversation with you or a three-way with you and your upline where you can present the business to that person. Okay. Um, Again, the more specific you can be, the better. So if I know that my neighbor has a daughter that has some respiratory challenges, then I would go to that friend and neighbor and I'd say, hey, listen, recently I've found some products that are transforming the way that I take care of my family's health. We talked the other day about how your daughter is struggling with some respiratory issues. I would love to share with you some solutions that I have found and that might be a fit for you. Would you be open to take a look and learn more? If they say, sure, yeah, I'd take a look, say, fantastic. We're doing an event this time, this day. I'd love to have you attend. Now, I'm a little different than most people in doTERRA. Most people in doTERRA will encourage you to give samples. Okay. And I'm not against giving samples. I think that's a fine thing to do, but it certainly slows down the process. And I'm all about speed. Success loves speed. So I don't give samples. I don't teach my team to give out samples unless you have someone that's already said no. If they say no, I'm not interested, I'm not willing, then sometimes we'll use samples as a way to get our foot in the door and say, well, just take a sample and just try it. And will you give me your complete and honest feedback if I give you a sample, right? But overall, I'm not a big fan of sampling. I think it generates additional cost for a brand new wellness advocate, you who's getting started. And I think it slows down the process. So this is the process that I would use to invite. I hope that this has been helpful. Use this framework, and I know it's going to work for you. In our next presentation, we're going to talk about the perfect class, how you can do the perfect presentation that gets the best results. We'll see you in that next video.